everyone, it's averydawnside and welcome back to another video. So today is going to be a bit of a different but also special video. Just a forewarning, there's going to be nothing happening on the screen simply because I don't really have anything to do. All of my horses are trained, I don't really have any quests that I can do or anything, so you're just going to be seeing me and my horse on the screen. This is kind of one of those videos that are podcasty type, so feel free just to play it in the background if you're training or cleaning or sleeping, anything really. I know a lot of you have mentioned that you really like listening to my voice, so this is definitely the video for you. But today is quite special because by the time that this is uploaded, last week was my 2-year anniversary on YouTube. May 28th is the day that I created my channel and uploaded my first video, which is kind of crazy and super exciting that it's been 2 years, but in honor of that, I decided to do a 2-year Q&A. So I posted a Google form submission, narrowed down the questions, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into them right now because there are quite a few. So all of them are anonymous, and our first question is, "Hi Avery, well done on 2 years with so much success. My question is, which horse breed is your favorite in Star Stable? P.S. I love your videos so much." Thank you so much. My favorite horse breed in Star Stable is the Arabian. The next question is, what made you want to start YouTube? Honestly, it was quarantine at the time that I started YouTube, so I had a lot of spare time on my hands. I hadn't started riding again, so that was also a huge factor. I really missed horses and I really missed the game. And I just somehow stumbled onto Star Stable Realistic Roleplay YouTube, which is what my channel started out as, and I thought it was cool and wanted to give it a shot, so that is how I started YouTube. The next question is, what is your middle name IRL? I actually don't have a middle name, fun fact. Yeah, I don't have a middle name. The next question is, how has YouTube changed your life? YouTube has definitely changed so much for me, and I think it's really cool to watch documentation of how I've grown, not only as a person, but just grown with this family as a whole, grown in the game, and things like that by having a channel. It showed me, it's kind of restored my faith in humanity a little bit because it showed me how kind people can be. Obviously, it's also showed me sometimes how harsh people can be, but that doesn't happen as frequently, and I try to pay attention more to the kindness and love, and it just shows how supportive people can be if they want to be. So that is definitely how YouTube has changed my life. It's helped me grow more confident in who I am and my abilities, and it's been there for me for some tough moments in my life and lots of change, so it's nice to have had something consistent in that time. The next question is, what were your thoughts when you first started? Honestly, my first thoughts were, oh my goodness, what if someone recognizes my voice? What if someone finds my channel? This is kind of embarrassing because I am an older player, obviously, and I think that was a huge factor for me. It was kind of nerve-wracking that I was scared that a lot of people would judge me, but so far, no one has really found the channel unless I've told them about it, which is kind of funny because it's been 2 years. But now I'm pretty open about it, and that embarrassment factor isn't really existent anymore because I think it's kind of cool that I have this channel. So those were kind of my thoughts. I'm trying to think back what else. I was really in love and obsessed with the game at that point, so I was just constantly so excited to be making more and more content. I was so eager to do it, and like I said, it was quarantine. I had a lot of time on my hands, so I think that was also like my thoughts when I started. The next question is, do you have any pets? Love your videos. Thank you. I do. I have a cat and a dog. The dog's name is Bailey and the cat's name is Tiger, also known as Baby Girl. The next question is, what has been your favorite part of doing YouTube? My favorite part has definitely been the people and the friendships that I have created. For those of you that don't know, I met my best friend through their game. I met my partner through their game. I've met some really great people IRL through the game. And just really connected, and I think that's something that I will always appreciate about Star Stable, whether I'm doing content creation or not. It truly has the power to bring people together from all aspects of the world, and I feel so privileged to have had that experience, especially from the YouTuber side of it, because I've just grown to feel the love and support from all of you, even if I might not know you personally. So that has definitely been hands down my favorite part of doing YouTube. The next question is from Catherine Rabbit Garden, and they said, why did you start your channel? Kind of already went over this, but I started my channel just because it was something fun. It gave me something to do and I really wanted to try it out. The next question is, how is horse shopping going? So for those of you that don't know, I am shopping for a horse IRL. I don't want to give away too many spoilers. I've kind of talked about this in the past few videos, I would say, but I guess I will just say it, that I'm actually not horse shopping anymore because I actually found a horse. So that's exciting. I have purchased a horse. It's a gelding. He is not here yet. So I'm still waiting to physically get him, but I do have a horse, which is super duper exciting. I've kind of talked about it on my Instagram and dropped some hints here and there, but I am going to be I've been vlogging the whole experience. I'm just waiting obviously for him to get here and like the last few touches for the video, but you all will be seeing that, so don't worry. I've made sure to keep you all updated. I haven't dragged you along for 2 years just to disappear without it, but that is coming up. So it's going really well. It went really well in my experience. The next question is, what country do you live in? I live in the United States. The next question is, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? It would probably be to fly. The next one is, how are you? I am doing pretty good, I would say. I'm definitely really tired today. It's been a longer day, I would say. It's been a good day, but a longer day, so I am pretty tired. So if you can tell that from my voice, don't be concerned. And do I have a boyfriend, girlfriend, partner? I do have a partner. The next question is, was it hard to get where you are now? Also, congrats. Thank you. Was it hard? I wouldn't say it was necessarily hard. I'd say there's definitely moments in YouTube where it tests how much you are dedicated to it, like posting consistently. The algorithm can be tedious and sometimes frustrating, but I wouldn't say it was hard. If you really enjoy what you're doing, then it shouldn't be hard, and if it is hard, then I think you might be putting too much pressure or not making goals that are attainable. It's definitely important to think shorter term for your goals rather than long term, in my experience throughout it. So rather than trying to aim for 100,000 subscribers, just start with 100, start with 10,000 and work your way up, and I think it'll make the journey more enjoyable. The next question isn't actually a question. It says, I know that this isn't a question, but for an IRL horse, I think that a black or bay will suit you, smiley face. Well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see, but I agree. The next question is, what is my worst toxic trait? I would say my worst toxic trait, honestly, can be that I'm so goal-oriented that sometimes it's hard for me to feel like I'm living in the moment. For example, I've been saving and working for a horse for 2-3 years of my life, like realistically. Obviously, I've wanted a horse my whole life, but I've been actively working for it for 2 or 3 years, and now that I'm getting there, I'm finding myself constantly being like, okay, what's the next step? What goals do I want to have with this horse? What do I want to do with this? What do I want to do that? Rather than just being like, wow, I finally got to this point. I've worked really hard to get here, and that's a huge accomplishment, especially for the point of my life where I'm at. That's a huge accomplishment. So that's something that I'm really trying to work on. I wouldn't say it's necessarily toxic. I would say something else that I can be toxic, like just towards myself though. I can be toxically positive, but only towards myself. Like, for example, I find it really hard to let myself have bad days or feel bad about experiences, because I'm constantly like, oh, well, you should feel grateful. And this only applies to myself. This never applies to outside people. I just find it really hard to just let myself like have a bad day or something like that. So I would say that's something that I'm definitely working on. Yeah. The next question is there still one horse in Star Stable that you have not gotten and still want? Yes, it is the black, not the fjord, it's the black, no, it's not the fjord, what is it called? It starts with an F. Fin horse. It's the black fin horse. I really want to get that horse and name it Angus after Brave in Merida. So yeah. The next question is, how many horses do you have in SSO? By the way, I love you so much and can't wait for the videos to come out. Thank you, I love you too. How many horses do I have? I think I have like 40, 50, I would say roughly. The next question is, how did you stay interested in the game after 2 years of getting onto film? I'm kind of losing interest in it. Okay, so this is definitely an inevitable question. I know I've answered it differently in the past, but sadly, I would also have to say that I agree with you. I am also kind of losing interest in it, and I haven't really spoken about this on my channel too much. I think I'm going to make a separate video on it, kind of with the changes that are coming up. But after 2 years of posting every Friday, never missing a week, and obviously only making Star Stable videos, I am finding that I am losing interest in the game just because there's not a whole ton for me to do. I don't have a ton of motivation going on with it, especially because I have a lot of other things going on IRL now, which kind of take priority over filming. So I would say, obviously I'm still interested in the game. I will always love Star Stable. It would always be a home and a comfort for me, but with that being said, my channel is going to slowly start transitioning into IRL content more so, especially once I start to get my horse. I'm not going anywhere as of right now. I can't promise that for 10 years ahead of me that I'm going to be posting every Friday, but I would say just stick around and wait and see for the changes. I think a lot of changes are going to happen this year for YouTube, for my IRL life and things like that, but I'm definitely not dropping off the face of the planet on my channel yet. I just will say that it's going to slowly start transitioning with a little bit of Star Stable content, a little bit of IRL content, maybe a little bit of different things here and there, just based on kind of becoming overall more of an equestrian account rather than solely Star Stable, because I'm finding myself repeating videos and not being motivated to film and like really having to push myself to come up with Star Stable content ideas, and that's not something that I want to force myself to do. So yeah, that's kind of the long story short. I will talk about that in a separate video most likely coming up, but yes, don't worry though, I'm still staying around for now. The next question, I've never actually been asked this yet. It says, what is the most overwhelming thing about being a more well-known SSO YouTuber? The most overwhelming thing, I would say the most overwhelming thing sometimes can be feeling not so much the pressure from you all, because none of you pressure me to make videos, but I would say the pressure that I put on myself to continue creating Star Stable content and continue creating successful videos for the people that support me, because I make myself feel guilty for not doing that, which is something that I'm trying not to work on. But I would say it's just internal guilt can be overwhelming as you get bigger on Star Stable, because I start to feel like guilty when I'm like, oh, I don't want to film this video, I don't want to do this video today, I don't feel like talking or doing this today, but then I'm like, oh, but I should, because obviously I love all of you and I care about all of you and I do like making content. It's just I'm a little bit burnt out from Star Stable content, so I think that can be overwhelming, but there are so many good things that surpass that. The next question is, any regrets? Do I have any regrets? Honestly, no, I don't think I do. I have loved everything about this channel. I would say that I regret not being as open about it IRL when I was smaller and being kind of embarrassed about it, because it's not something to be embarrassed about. It's cool and it's exciting that I decided to make a channel, so I wouldn't say that I have any regrets, other than I wish I'd been more open about it. The next question is, what are your favorite things to film? P.S. Love your channel and have been watching it for about a year now. That's so cool, thank you. My My favorite things to film. I would say my favorite things to film, honestly, my favorite things to edit are roleplay videos. I hate filming roleplay videos though. It takes so much time, but I love editing them. It's kind of a wishy-washy situation with that one, but my favorite things to film, honestly, are just these like sitting down and talking videos. Especially, I really like filming the monthly videos because it's kind of nice just to be able to reflect on my month and talk about things that aren't necessarily always directly related to Star Stable in videos. If you aren't getting the gist of this whole thing that I've been kind of talking about, I'm really burnt out on Star Stable content, so I kind of have appreciated and grown to enjoy filming things that talk more about IRL issues and things that are separate from the game, but also being able to do that while being in the game. So I would say those are my favorite things to film. The next question is, what is your favorite memory of your channel? I would say the first one that pops to mind is last year for my 1 year on YouTube when I did my face reveal, having over 200 people in my watch party for the live streaming of the video when it first came out, and just like the outpouring of support from the community and having everyone come together for that big 1 year celebration was huge and such like something that I will never forget. So and even though it was such a short video, I felt like I got so much love on it, and that was just really cool for me to experience, and that's definitely been one of my favorite memories. My next question is, how does it feel growing so much within 2 years? I love your videos. You've inspired me so much. Thank you. How does it feel growing so much within 2 years? Honestly, it feels really, really weird. It feels like everything happened so quickly. I feel like I just started my channel yesterday. Literally, so for example, I started filming YouTube videos in my house, in my basement, in my sister's room when she had moved out because I lived upstairs and I didn't want my family hearing me. And now, since then, I've just moved back home from graduating university, and I now live in the room that I actually started filming in before my sister's old room because I don't live upstairs anymore. I live downstairs now. So even just being here and recording this, I still remember those moments of like coming down here and being a lot more quiet when I was filming and doing roleplay voiceovers. And it's just kind of surreal to me that so much has happened in the span of such a short time that it seriously blows my mind. So I guess that's how it feels. The next question is, Avery, how do you feel having 10k plus and having been do YouTube for 2 years? I feel very grateful, and like I said, it's kind of surreal. I can't believe I started this channel 2 years ago. It feels like I've been doing it my whole life, but it also feels like I just started yesterday. So, mixed emotions. The next question is, what is one word that you would use to describe how you feel about the people who support you? Grateful. I would definitely say just regarding that question in general, I would say how I feel about my channel, how I feel about my supporters in general, is grateful. I feel very, very grateful to have all of you and to have had this experience to grow with. It's just been very cool. The next question is, are you planning on getting a horse after college, etc.? Well, I'm sure you know this answer by earlier in the video, but yes, I am. The next question is, what is something you really think back on when you first started? For example, starting YouTube, meeting amazing people, having the support from your subscribers. What is something that you are really thankful for from starting a YouTube channel? I am really thankful for the community, for all the people that I met, like meeting Ava Clearwood, and like all those little moments, like the first conversations that I had with my partner when we were just friends, the first conversations when I was getting to know Ava, like things like that, meeting all of you, hearing all of your stories, and watching you react to so many of my videos and what you liked, what you didn't like. It's just, I'm very thankful to have those memories and experiences, and it's something that I will never forget because it's such a unique way to meet people and connect with people, and something that I never would have imagined until now. So it's definitely changed my perspective on life and so many things. The next question is, how do you handle stress that comes with YouTube, and how do you stay confident through it all, because I'm having many doubts with my channel. Love you. You're my favorite YouTuber ever. Thank you. I love you too. How do I handle stress? Time management is a huge thing with YouTube, especially if you're uploading consistently. I always make sure that I have time to make my videos and edit them, whether that's pre-recording 5 videos in the day for the next month and then editing them when I can, whether that's filming the day before at midnight if I need to, or just finding like little pieces of time. I find that that is really helpful in pre-planning ahead of time, but also not putting a lot of like strict things on yourself. And how to stay confident through it all, I would say just do what makes you happy, regardless of if it's content that's gonna do well or not do well. Do things that you enjoy doing, and the more, you know that saying where it's like practice makes perfect. Practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes better. So every video that I make, I'm actively working to become a better content creator, and that's something that you have to remember in the span of your journey of YouTube, that every video that you make is a step towards the future version of yourself that's like a pro YouTuber, if that's your goal or something. So every step, every video you make, every hour you spend editing is just working towards the editor and the YouTuber and the content creator that you want to be. So just remember that and try not to focus on being stuck, because the less that you focus on being and feeling stuck, the more quicker you'll move out of it, if that makes sense. The next question is, do you sometimes hate making videos? Do you sometimes get bored of making videos? If you could have anything added to SSO, what feature would it be? By the way, I love your videos. Thank you. First question, do I sometimes hate making videos? No, I would not say that I hate making videos. Do I sometimes get bored of making videos? Yes. If I'm being 1000% honest, yes. But that's only, I would say that's more become a thing that I'm working away from, because I felt like I had to make a certain amount of content or a certain type of content for all of you. But I've realized that that's not really the case anymore, and that was just a pressure that I was putting on myself. So I'm trying to work away from that, and that is why this channel is going to become more about IRL things and things that isn't 100% always star stable. So to be honest, yes, I can get bored of making videos, but I always work through it, kind of like anything with school, jobs, having horses, riding. You go through slumps, you go through highs, lows, in-betweens. It's the same with YouTube, so it's just something that you have to work through. And then if I could have anything added to SSO, what feature would it be? It would be the hide all players, and it would be having snow. It would also be the ability to lunge your horses. I have quite a few, but anyways. The next question is, will we get IRL videos and vlogs? Yes, you will. Kind of already covered that in this video, but I will make another video about it soon, probably. But yes, you will be getting those. The next question is, how has YouTube shaped you as a person? I feel like I've already talked about this, but it's definitely made me more confident in who I am and the way that I hold myself in real life. The next question is, how long do you think your channel will continue for? What was the most fun video you've ever filmed? And can we see some early video attempts that aren't on YouTube anymore and you never posted? Well, to answer the last question, I don't actually have any video attempts that aren't on YouTube, because everything that I record I end up uploading, whether it's super edited or unedited. That's kind of been how I rolled. The most fun video that I've ever filmed, I would say probably, I don't know, because I really like filming with other people. I would say previously, before I had been in a club, before I knew what SSO dressage was, it was the trying dressage video. That was a lot of fun to film, just because it was my first step into like really the SSO community and the dressage community and so much like that. So I would say that was a lot of fun to film, but there have been so many videos that I really liked doing. And then how long do you think your channel will continue for? Honestly, I have no idea. I think my channel will always be a thing, but I can't promise that I'm gonna always make consistent videos and post every Friday. I will definitely do my best, but I can see myself transitioning out of that just because of how busy and how much life is picking up soon. But I think this channel will always be a thing. It just won't always be the channel that it was or was created as. I think it's gonna slowly transition to be different types of channels and explore different content, but I think it will always be something there, whether that means I'm posting every single day, once a week, once a year. That's not what's going to happen now, but I can't say what's going to happen in the future. I can't tell you how I'm going to feel in a month or 6 months, in a year or 2 years, so we'll have to play it by ear, but I will always leave the videos up for all of you to watch anyways, but we'll have to see. I guess we'll just see where it goes. The next question says, no more questions, just wanted to say congratulations on 2 years and thank you for bringing me so much joy and entertainment. We love you, Avery. I love you too. That makes me kind of emotional. Sad. The next question is, name reveal one day, only if you feel comfortable, of course. Honestly, if you asked me 2 years ago, I'd be like, absolutely not. But now, I truly do think, I don't think it'll necessarily be a name reveal, but I'm sure once I start posting more IRL videos that things like that will come out more. And I don't necessarily want to make it as big of a deal as I think I would have in the past, because then I think it does invite, like, this sounds weird, but I feel like the bigger deal that I make it, the weirder of an experience it will be. So for example, if I make a video that's called like name reveal, obviously thousands and thousands of people, or people that don't normally watch my channel, are gonna watch that channel just to be nosy. So, and then everyone's gonna try and find like my personal social media and things like that. So I think if I ever did do a name reveal, it wouldn't be an actual like name reveal video. It would just be like all of you would hear it in the background of a video of like my trainer saying it or like my friend saying it, and I'd be like, okay, if you watch that IRL video, then you find it. If you don't watch that IRL video, then you won't find it. So it'll really depend, but I'm not making any promises, but we'll see. The next question is, how do you think this milestone reflects your overall YouTube experience? And this is actually the last question. I would say, how does this reflect my experience? 2 years on YouTube. I would say it's definitely time for a shift on my channel. I think any time that you do something after about a year or two, it kind of starts the transition of growing in a different direction or turning it into a different direction. I would absolutely say that this is a huge turning point in my channel just because of so many things that are going on. Me getting in a horse IRL, me graduating from university, and just kind of starting this new chapter in my life. I think it's also time for a new chapter on my channel. I don't exactly know what that means or how it's all gonna turn out, but I think this milestone is kind of that turning point of starting that transition along with so many other things in my life. So we'll see what that means. I'm excited and I'm grateful to have all of you with me on this journey and have this family. I can't thank you enough if you joined my channel from the first day, if you joined it yesterday, if you've been here a year, if you've been here for 2 years. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that all of you are joining me on this journey and supporting me. It truly does mean the world, and I'm so happy that I have a platform, and it's such a privilege to have this platform, and I hope that I will continue to use it in the best way possible. But that is all for today's video. Thank you all so much for asking questions and just for being here. I really appreciate your existence and I love you so much. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!